What's going on, gang? So waiting for this press conference to start here. Get the MLB Network on. But shout out to everybody. It's supposed to be the introductory Juan Soto to the Yankees press conference on Zoom. My guess is they're waiting for the extension to be announced before they give him the big time press conference at Yankee Stadium. That way they know he's going to be staying there for long term. So in addition to that, the Kansas City Royals just agreed to a 3-year, $45 million deal with Seth Lugo, right-handed starting pitcher. They're also trying to bring in Marcus Stroman, another right-handed starting pitcher. They signed Will Smith yesterday, left-handed reliever, so they're fortifying their pitching. And I expect them to make some more complimentary moves, just like the Tigers are doing, making little by little. So, but shout out to everybody here. Yeah. What channel are you guys watching? They're talking about Ohtani right now on the MLB Network. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Get them likes up. Let's get over 100 likes, gang, if you don't mind. What channel are you guys watching? Yeah, the Yes Network. Let's see. Hang on 1 second, gang. Give me 1 second. Try to transition this over. Yes Network. All right. Here we go. Live media session. Hang on, I'm trying to get it to work on here. See if we can listen into my but shout out to everybody. Breakaway Nation's in the house. Shahid, SJC. What is good, everybody? Liam Irwin. What is the possibility the Yankees add an additional starter if it depends, Liam? I think if they sign Yamamoto, they probably won't. If they don't, they definitely will. Maybe two. So my guess is SJC looks like the Yes Network. Working on this here too. For some reason it's not working for me, but that's. We're confident. Even Jim Bowden's predicting, but it's just a prediction right now that he's going to sign a 9-year, $304 million deal with the Yankees. But they still have more visits to make. Carlos, welcome to the family. If he's in the house too, trying to upload this on here too. There we go. Come on, open. Yeah, I mean, if they John's here. Any more news? Not Yankees. I mean, Seth Lugo signing with the Kansas City Royals, 3 years, $45 million. They're also trying to bring in Marcus Stroman, another reliever too. So let's see. Yep. Still not on here. Are you guys getting it? Let's see. Yeah, it's requiring membership here, of course. Yeah, they've already talked about a potential extension or asked about it. Yeah, I mean, I honestly, I think it's going to happen. It's just going to take a little bit of time. So, I'm trying to listen here too. So hang with me, gang. But I'm glad that you folks are watching it. Brian Holtz asked me about an extension. Yeah, I mean, they're not going to bring him here to not. Oh, by the way, the Juan Soto jerseys are already sold out. So $325 for a Juan Soto jersey, an authentic one, $134.99 for a replica, already sold out. Juan Soto. So kind of crazy. 22 for the Yankees. Absolutely loco. But Hulk asked him about a possible extension. Yeah. I'm trying to latch it in here too. Let's see. Yeah. Here it is.
Thanks for having me here. Thanks for the time and everything. We're more than excited to start this over. Thank you guys for having me here. Thanks for the time and everything. We're more than excited to
Damn, he looks good with that Yankee hat on. He looks good with that Yankee hat on. My goodness. Welcome, man. Welcome, 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 welcome. He looks so good with that freaking Yankee hat on. My gosh. Ugh. Look at that. That's a good looking player with the Yankee hat right there. Oh boy. Oh, man. That's awesome. I think he's gonna bring. You folks let me know what you think. What do you think he's gonna bring to the Yankees? I mean, I've said this, and people are somehow thinking that I'm thinking because of the fact that he's younger means he's worth $700 million. You know, that's going to be Boris's argument. That's going to be one of his excuses, one of his arguments. And again, it's legitimate. And again, I brought this up yesterday. So Ohtani's a two-way generational player in that regard. Yes, Juan Soto's considered the modern-day Ted Williams, right? And he's got a higher career on-base percentage, a higher career batting average than Ohtani. He's also been an instrumental part of helping the Nationals win a title. So, and you know, he's got a World Series with the Nationals. He's got a home run derby title. They're only 10 home runs apart from each other in their career. So, you know, I if they bring in Yamamoto too, then it'll be definitely a great offseason. And I think if they do that, they're pretty much going to finish up with another power arm in the bullpen. I think so. Yes, it's Yamamoto time. It's not happened yet. But yes, Mark, he's going to bring swagger. He's going to bring charisma. He's going to bring character. And this is why, like, Shohei Ohtani's a more low-key player. He's a better fit for L.A. The New York media would beat him alive. Juan Soto's a better fit for the New York market, right? So he's got charisma, charm. He's going to bring that swagger here, and he's going to bring a whole new dimension of offensive output for the Yankees. Diversify the lineup. And yes, he is the best hitter since Ted Williams, or one of the best hitters since anyway. He's got the highest on-base percentage in baseball. He's already on a Hall of Fame trajectory. Okay. Career 424, I think, is on-base percentage. You know what I mean? Sports Talk SG, man. You know how we do it, baby. We got a lot of OGs here. I mean, we got Strike Zone, we got NFE, we got Mazza, we got Jonathan here, Stephen B. These guys are all OGs of the 161. I'm just one of these guys. One of them, but I appreciate that, Sports Talk, man. I appreciate that. Strike Zone's predicting 42 home runs, 295 average, and 110 RBIs. And I'm predicting a 400 on-base percentage again. Lots of walks. And I'm predicting he's going to give Aaron Judge and the guys behind him a lot of opportunities to drive in runs. So is Alex Verdugo. And if Gleyber Torres stays, that's just going to make the lineup even more fearsome. So this would be fantastic. I appreciate it, Sports Talk. Thank you. Appreciate the kind words. All of you are the best. You really are. But this is kind of surreal seeing Juan Soto here. Like, oh my gosh. Let's take a screenshot here. That's him, man, right there. Look at him in his Yankee hat. Oh, and again, I'm guessing that, Scott Boras is busy right now. So many of the Yankees are trying to, finish deals. Scott Boras has other places representing Cody Bellinger, trying to get a home for him and a lot of other these players. So once they extend him, that'll be the big press conference in New York, and Scott Boras will be there, and Soto and everybody else will be there too. So that's going to be the bigger event. But they want to make sure that he's secured here for the remainder of his career. So I understand that. I totally understand that. So, but this is big. He might need to hire you as a bodyguard, NFE. Yeah, I would definitely offer your services, man. You know. Shout out to everybody else. Let's get them likes up, gang. Let's try to get over 100 likes. I wouldn't be surprised, Jonathan, if he hits above 300. I would not be surprised at all. I would not be. And I wouldn't be surprised if Judge hits 50. And if Stanton's healthy, and it sounds like he is, if Rizzo's healthy, and it sounds like he is, I wouldn't be surprised if Rizzo hits close to 25 to 30 and Stanton hits 35 to 40. This lineup could be a whole different dynamic if Stanton and Rizzo are healthy to go along with the rest of these guys. And now you got 5 lefties in the lineup now? They had, 1 last year? So this is totally different. Totally different. So talk about diversification, this lineup, and talk about, and I've said this too, like every 3 at bats. So 1, 2, 3, 3, 5, 6, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There needs to be a contact hitter in each segment of 3 to maximize getting on base and maximize creating on base opportunities and run scoring opportunities for the hitters, for the power hitters. So that's kind of how I would lay it out. Have a contact hitter who has hit for power too, or just straight up contact every 3. So at least 1 in each. So that's how I would do it. To maximize the opportunities for the Yankees everywhere. Really would. So but this is here. This is incredible. I mean, it really, really is. It really, really is. And I'm very much excited about this. They're working on their scheduling. I don't know if it's confirmed yet for Train, a second scheduled meeting, but they're trying to get one confirmed for for New York, Yankee Stadium. I know the main reason why they did it in California because it's a shorter commute for him, which makes sense. So, and I know he's going to be meeting with a lot of other teams, so he's going to try to minimize his travel responsibilities, at least for now, or his travel output until he signs. So, we got 62 likes. All right, let's hit that thumbs up, gang. Let's get over 100, gang. I really appreciate it. Joseph, so this is my take on this. If we don't get Yamamoto, I don't think they're going to drop $30 million a year on Blake Snell. I really don't. Blake Snell, sorry. Blake Snell is going to cost $30 million a year, most likely. So I would pivot to Shota Imanaga from Japan, the lefty ace in Japan. He's like number 2 in Japan behind Yamamoto. He'll cost maybe a third of the price, maybe at most half the price. And then maybe they'll try to trade for a starting pitcher as well, a cheaper, controllable starting pitcher, maybe from the Marlins. And that would lengthen their – so if they don't get that 3-headed monster at the top, they would lengthen that rotation and have it more significant from 3 and 4 instead of having the strong 1, 2, 3. But I think the goal ultimately is to get that formidable 1, 2, 3, 3-headed monster at the top of the rotation, no doubt about it. So I would pass on Snell. I would pass on Montgomery too. Montgomery's probably going to run $25 million a year. I do think he's going to sign with Boston. I think Snell's going to go to West Coast or Texas, which is considered the West Coast, but Southwest or whatever you want to call it. But when is he getting his Yankee G? Yeah, I mean, I don't know, Fortran. I don't know. He's gonna look pretty good. No, Van, I don't disagree. Snell's not worth $30 million. He's gonna get close to it if he doesn't get $30 million. Now what this is, he's coming off of Cy Young, so he's definitely gonna get them. He's definitely gonna get his bag. And Montgomery's gonna get 23 to 25 a year too. So, and that's gonna be key. That's gonna be absolutely key. And let's see what else we got here. You're ready if you can get him questions.
I got a message from Glaber, Rizzo, Gary Cole. I mean, a lot of them, they just came over. They tell me they're really excited to have me on the team.
Hello. A lot of Yankees have reached out to him already.
Spring training and get together.
Welcome him and you can feel like he's part of the family already. Cole, Judge, Rizzo. That's awesome.
Hey, little one, what are you doing?
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Corey, you're going to be probably 100, 150 million short if you do that. Honestly. And his initial ask most likely is going to be, I think, 650 to 700. Probably 13 or 14 years. he has an argument now, Scott Boras, to do that. Now that Ohtani's gotten his bag. And again, I don't think they're going to defer money the way that Ohtani's contracts defer because Scott Boras is 70 years old. I don't think he's going to wait another 10 years or something like that just to start getting paid. I doubt that's going to happen.
I'm just curious on engineering. Is he or any other your new teammates reached out to you so far, and what have they said?
Yeah, they're asking him.
What are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
You're not playing with that outfit.
There's a lot of Yankees now. A lot of Yankees have reached out to him. Welcome to the family. Mm-hmm. Yes, indeed, sports talk. My whole life, sports talk. I'm a Yankee fan. Whole life. I think that's gonna fall short. Honestly, sports. I think it's gonna fall short. I hope it doesn't, but I think it will. I think the minimum is going to be probably 45 to 50 a year, probably 50, which is still 20 million less than Ohtani's making. So, you know, I would give him an opt-out up to 5th or 6th year. 700 million. Well, possibly, but this is the thing too. I can see Soto getting it straight. Yeah, I mean they found a way. The new CBA that they just signed, the owners and the union, allows unlimited deferred money. Just wondering why. And again, he's taking $2 million a year. He's going to get taxed on that for the next 10 years. And then when he leaves, okay, he can enjoy a lower tax rate on the $68 million a year he's going to make when he's not playing. Is one of the things part of the state law in California. If you're doing business in California, you got to pay taxes when you're doing business then. If he's not playing, he's not considered to be doing business. In 1 second, guys. Come over here. Out of there. Sorry. So they found a way to maximize the loopholes in the taxation system with the CBA. And Ohtani's going to do that. And again, I guess it's freed up money for them to add more players. And they're probably going to make an offer to Yamamoto. But again, there's going to be a lot of people going to be upset at that. A lot of folks are going to be upset at that. So just something to keep in mind, which is one reason I don't see deferred money going to Soto's contract, especially since Scott Boras is 70 years old. So I don't see it. Doesn't make any sense. And just like there's been some other questions about Roki Sasaki being posted early, demanding to be posted early. I don't see that happening either because he would be, since he's not 25, he would be subject to the international money, which is only allocated to the teams at about a maximum of about $6 million or $5.5 million. So the posting fee that his team would get would be based on that, and not the 200 million plus or 300 million, whatever he's would be eligible for in a major league contract. These international signings are amateur signings. It's a completely different ballgame, completely different math. So, and I don't think they're gonna forfeit 40 times the amount of money just to let him come here early. Doesn't make any sense. Because again, once he signs it, if he comes here early, they get that posting fee on a smaller amount. Once he signs the monster major league contract, which he would do if he continues to play well, they wouldn't get any of it. So they have no financial incentive to let him, to post him early, even though there's some kind of clause apparently in his contract. They wouldn't be eligible to receive the posting fee. So I think we're going to be short, Corey. Honestly, I think 545 is going to be short. I really do. But we'll see. I'm pleasantly shocked, CW, that he's a Yankee. Pleasantly shocked. You can disagree with me, David. How is it in this client's best interest to defer the money? Economically speaking, baby. How is it? I don't think you'd be able to skirt that taxation in New York. I have a degree in economics, so I'm curious to know your take on this, Davey. I was in his client's interest, best interest to do that. See, Ohtani has $40 million a year that he's in endorsements. Okay, so his marketability is different, and the market that he's going to be in is different than Soto's access to New York. It's a different environment. You have yeah, I've done that too. A 401k is pre-tax too, right? Not like a Roth IRA, which is post-tax. So that will get taxed at the rate with a 401k. It's completely different. It gets taxed at your full rate. This deferred money can be pulled into the loophole, and as you must know, as a banker, carried interest or something like that, where it's taxed at almost 0% at a much lower rate. As a banker by trade, this is a common thing in banking. That's what the Wall Street CEOs make all the time. They'll make their $500K base salary, which they're fully taxed on, and they'll make their $50 to $100 million bonus, which is classified as carried interest, which they're not taxed on or hardly ever taxed on. It's a completely different loophole that they enjoy, that we folks don't get to enjoy. So don't make that type of money. So that does matter, and I do understand that part. So, but it's nice to have somebody, if you have a banker by trade, it's nice to have somebody who can have this discussion with. And again, if you read the CBA, it's they've loopholed it so they can maximize this benefit. Unlimited deferred money, which in this situation frees up money for LA Dodgers to invest in more players. CW, I'm pumped to have Soto. I am pumped. Yeah, exactly, Strike Zone. You know who to call and who to talk to. Yep. You talk to him and Boris. They'll make it happen. But just expect Boris to ask or use the Ohtani contract. Well, that's exactly what they did, Davey. They deferred the money to evade the taxation, because in California, if he's doing business, meaning playing in California, he's subject to the state tax. That money he's going to get later on deferred, he won't be playing, so he's not considered doing business there. So he could skirt the taxation there. It's a legitimate and legal way of evading taxation. Okay. He won't blow his money because he's not getting paid outright. He's going to get paid annually in deferred money, just like Ohtani would. They would set it up so he's continued to get paid annually, so he wouldn't be able to blow it all up front. Yeah, 13% is the marginal tax rate in Cali for the highest earners. At the state tax rate? Yep. This deal is going to be between $600 and $700 million for Soto. I don't see a scenario in the world where it's going to be less. Really don't. I don't know if it's going to be offered today, Jonathan, but it will be offered. I mean, I know some other people wouldn't do that, but he's going to make it now. He's not going to make $200 million less than Ohtani, not being 5 years younger. There's no way. There's no way. Well, it depends on the length. The market matters. It's an interesting proposition. It depends on the length of the contract, because the contract's 100% guaranteed in baseball. So, on Sports Talk, I'm getting a lot of comments. Projected lineup for the Yankees: Soto, Judge. I would not lead off Soto. I would not bat Judge second. I would not bat Stanton third, or Volpe fourth. Rizzo fifth. Dominguez sixth. I would move that around a little bit, personally. But you never know. They might do that. They might very well do that. You never know. So, where's Torres in your line of sports talk? Interesting lineup, my friend. I could imagine that, but I can't see that happening, unfortunately. I think Scott Boras is going to secure him at 13. He got Bryce Harper a 13-year deal at 26. He's going to get at least a 13-year deal for Soto with opt-outs, most likely. So he can opt out and cash in. He likes opt-outs for his extended players. So, which he'll get, especially if he keeps producing the way he's producing, he'll get it. There's no doubt about it. I would imagine he's going to get tied into jersey sales, other endorsements. He'll get a ton of endorsements. Like Judge is tied in on jersey sales too. So, whether it's sold from the Yankees themselves, I don't know how they do it, but he gets money on that too. Just like Ohtani will get it on commercials, jersey sales, and all so on. Soto will definitely be tied in on endorsements. But we didn't bring him here to be more marketable than Ohtani. We brought him here to help us win. So, and if they win, there's nothing more profitable in baseball than winning in New York, in the Bronx. Nothing. So, and it's just crazy too because, and I said this yesterday, the Yankees were the #1 value franchise in all baseball before Soto, before Judge. It's every year they're #1. The Dodgers are #2. Okay, they know how to monetize opportunities, and they will. So, and they know Soto and Yamamoto are two probably most marketable pieces they would get aside from Judge, and they're both 25. They're young building blocks, so they're going to take advantage of that. So, I think that's going to fall short, CWE, in my opinion, but we'll see. We'll see. Torres might get traded. I don't know now. If it depends on if they sign Yamamoto or not. If they sign Yamamoto, they might be like, you know what, the heck with it. We're going to go all in. I'm going to keep Torres in this offense. They might do that. If they don't sign him, I see him gone. I do. Rafael, oh God, yeah. Tommy DeVito. He reminds me of a non-cocky version of Johnny Football. You should come check out my football channel, Empire State Tripod. I'm gonna be talking about Tommy DeVito tomorrow. They beat the Packers. Unbelievable! What a great win. Jets and Giants both won. I'm very happy. So, yes, Messi was the biggest contract before, $674 million, but his was over 5 years. So that's almost $135 million a year, which is insanity. Insanity, but soccer's a whole different revenue machine. But yeah, Messi was 674. Now Ohtani's got 700, which is crazy. I don't think they will. I think they're done with their bats. It sounds, but I think the Blue Jays will go after Bellinger. I think that since they missed on Ohtani, the hearts are broken. I think they're gonna go all in on Cody Bellinger. I really do. I really, really, really do. Soccer generates. Oh, I mean, the fans in the stadium is almost 100,000 fans. That's crazy. It's such a worldwide sport, a gigantic worldwide sport. So, Salino said, to make him a believer, like the Jets, DeVito needs to beat Philadelphia. Don't be surprised if he does, man. Don't be surprised, baby. Don't be surprised. From Toronto, Jung-Hoo Lee would be a wise idea. Cody Bellinger would be a wise idea for them. Maybe both. They've got Dalton Varsho. George Springer, they could probably move to a different position. But those are two good options for the Toronto Blue Jays. And watch, like, I could see between the Seattle Mariners and the Toronto Blue Jays getting one of those guys each. I could see that happen. I think both are going to bring in an outfield. I know there was a lot of talk about the Seattle Mariners. Are they going to be the ones to get Juan Soto? We kind of knew that wasn't going to be the case. So, but I could see them getting a Lee. I could see them getting a Cody Bellinger. Maybe even who else is out there? Gurriel. Now, see, this is the other thing with Ohtani being a DH. Being a DH, it's not like he's a position player where he can transition to DH. But being a DH blocks the ability for other position players to have a DH day if they want to keep their bat in the lineup. They can't do that now. Otherwise, he has to sit. So they're gonna have to sit, or he's gonna have to sit. So, which is why I don't see them getting JD Martinez now either. I see Martinez going maybe to the Diamondbacks or another team. So the DH is a tough one. I know they compare it to Babe Ruth, but Babe Ruth played a position, played right field when he was pitching. So it's a little bit different as a DH. So yeah, it's on the Yes Network. Whitlock, it's on the Yes Network. But Soto's very excited. A lot of his teammates already welcomed him to the family, and teams are very excited to have him. And it will be. And he even said, you know who to call, you know where to find him to talk extension. He was asked about that too. So, your projected lineup is going to be Soto, Torres, Judge, Stanton, Rizzo, Peraza, Grisham. In that order, Sports Talk. In that order. Who do you think is getting that Cuban rule? Yasiel Rodriguez. I don't know, Davey. I mean, the Yankees still need a closer. So, Clase would be nice, but I don't see them trading for Emmanuel Clase. I don't. And Devin Williams, more likely, but I don't see them trading what might be required to get him. So, and he hasn't been made available yet either. Clase has been. So, but he's got 5 years of control at $30 million. He's going to cost a boatload. So, and they've already replenished. They've already, gutted a lot of their pitching to get bats. And by the way, if you haven't heard, I put out a video earlier. They signed a left-handed pitcher today. Let me get his name because I want to make sure I don't butcher his name. Odanier Mosqueda. He's a 24-year-old pitcher from Venezuela. He was brought up to the Red Sox system. So he's quietly bringing more arms back into the system to replenish what they gave up in those trades for Verdugo and Soto. And they gave up like 6 or 7 pitchers. So he's quietly bringing them back. Glasnow. I think the Dodgers have in on Glasnow Enterprises, but you never know. I don't know if Tampa would make a trade like that to the Yankees as a division rival. I could be wrong. I don't know. Soler would be good, but he's a righty, and I think the Yankees wanted to get more lefties. I could see Soler going to a team like Arizona, who would need on the back. I could see them. They're looking to get a full-time DH too, so I would look out for Arizona. ¿Qué pasa, D-Rod? ¿Qué pasa? Yeah, Glasnow. I mean, Cease, I still see him going maybe to the Baltimore Orioles in a trade. And I see personally, I predicted Blake Snell to the Texas Rangers as well as Josh Hader. But now we're hearing the Dodgers are interested in Josh Hader too. So they're interested in Hader and Yamamoto. So we'll see what they do. Yeah, the Japanese closer will probably be a more realistic get for the Yankees or Jordan Hicks than Hader. Hader's going to cost more than $20 million a year. And that's going to be cost prohibitive, I think, for the Yankees. So, I mean, I think, they're willing to go over the coin threshold and Yamamoto will put them over there, but I don't know if they want to blast through it like the Mets did last year. So, you know what I mean? I could see that too, Davey. Dodgers dumping salaries. I don't think they'll dump Ohtani's salary, though, because he's going to make them a lot of money in endorsements and all that. So he'll bring in the revenue. They'll be profitable just at his contract alone. So I don't see them moving him, but I could see him only being a two-way player, maybe 3 or 4 more years, and then he's going to be predominantly a DH. So I could see that. Yeah, D-Rod. Shout out to the Strike Zone, by the way, and a fee. If you haven't seen this channel, please give him a sub. If you haven't seen Ford Trading Express, that's Mike Mazza. He also has a great, fantastic podcast with Uncle Tats, Pinstripe Chronicles. Please support their channel too by subbing. They're all members of the 161 family, so I definitely want to show them love, and we want to support each other by subscribing to each other's channels. So we greatly appreciate it. So Strike Zone, and if he's come on board, I mean, the last 2 weeks, he's got a brand new channel, so we definitely want to show him some love and try to get him over the 100 subs as quickly as he possibly can. And Mike Mazza too. We want to get both of these guys to 1,000 subs. Yankee season ticket sales are going back up, sharp potatoes. Yes, they are. I even spoke to my ticket guy because I'm buying opening day tickets for the Yankees. They play the Blue Jays, so he's already said that the sales are going back up. So season ticket renewals were down 40%. We haven't gotten the renewals stuff yet, but I imagine that's going to go up too. And they knew they had to do that. They had to do that. The Yankees knew they had to be active in order to regain the fans' loyalty and trust back. They had to do this. So this was a must do for them. So look at his logo, Mark Sosasi. Just type in go to YouTube, type in the strike zone in one word, and then click space, and then put channel. And look at his logo here. All right. If you look at his logo, see that logo right there? Okay. With the ball, that's his logo. Again, it's the strike zone in one word, space, channel. You should find it then. That's how I found it. Yeah, Bray. Ohtani's not going to pitch the whole entire year, so I mean, I don't know if he transitions to relief, and then I don't know how they're going to make that work either. It's going to be an interesting one, but he might transition to relief, Brett. In a couple of years he might, or he may just be a full-time hitter. So I'll be curious to see how they're going to do that. Yes, indeed. One power bat behind their best hitters for protection. Well, that's what I mean. If Stanton's healthy, you got the power bat. If Rizzo's healthy, you got the power bat. You brought in the contact guy in Verdugo. You brought in the contact guy with power in Soto. Grisham's another contact guy with excellent defense. So, and if they're keeping Torres as another contact guy with power, so they're kind of spread all across the board at the very least. But like I said, every three guys I would have a contact hitter in there to maximize their ability to get runners on base and to drive in runs, and to not have these dry spells of like 5 straight hitters. Because if it was just Soto, then pitchers could just pitch around him and judge, knowing that the rest of the team was not going to drive him in. But now that they've added so many pieces, then it's going to be really hard to do because they're going to have to get through 1 through 6. Going to be hell for pitchers, and that's exactly what it needs to be, right? So you got him, Saucy. All right, perfect, man. Maz has got a great channel too. So does the Pinstripe Chronicles. The Pinstripe Express is their podcast. They're fantastic. So, and D-Rod's bringing it. I mean, the Strike Zone's bringing it, and if he's bringing it, man, it's got great insight too. That's why we have a group chat. I love getting insight from Maz and Tats and Krista Flash and NFE. We talk to each other and we get, share knowledge and share insights and perspective. Like I said earlier, I've said this a lot of times. I learn from them just as much as they learn from me. Just like other big YouTubers, they learn from other people too. They may not admit they do. They may say they're all knowing, but they do. Okay? And I learn from all these guys. I'm grateful for all of them. So I did Strike Zone. Yeah, good stuff. Tats got good stuff. Another wise Yankee fan. And that's why we have a great chat, because there's a great, it's an easygoing group of guys and they're diehard Yankee fans that like to have a sense of logic and perspective in what they do and what they talk about. It's not an opinion-based channel, which is good. I see everybody's comments here, Whitlock. Everybody. I see non-subscribers, subscribers, everybody who, even on the channel themselves. But sometimes I'll get 1,000 comments, so I sometimes I can't answer to like 1,000 comments. But I see everybody here, and I try to keep up with it as well. But I see Whitlock. I see you. You're asking to see. I'll post it right here. See. But I see every comment. But sometimes, again, it's sometimes hard because and NFL attests to this. Sometimes it goes, it scrolls so fast depending on how many people you have on here. So, you know what I mean? Davey, it's a pleasure, man. Thank you for the vote of support and confidence too. We appreciate all your love and support. Every one of you. Appreciate you coming on here and being part of this movement with us. Soto press conference again. Once it gets extended, I think they're gonna have the big one at Yankee Stadium. I really do. But I just love that he's a Yankee. That's what matters the most. Now, if they can just solidify Yamamoto, then they can pivot to a closer, and I think they'll be in really good shape. Really good shape. So, yeah, this is probably the best line so far. They know where to call and who to talk to. That's fantastic. It's like an open invitation saying, "Yeah, I want to stay here. Let's go. Let's get it done." I love that. Yeah, I mean, I do. I mean, sometimes some people get frustrated sometimes, but sometimes these things go. Especially if I'm to have like an open panel, I have 5 guys on here with me, and the comments are going. It's really hard to keep up and give everybody my undivided attention in the panel as well. So it happens, but I do what I can. That's one reason why I read the comments in the videos that I put out too, so that if I don't speak to you in the live stream, I'll speak to you in the comments too in the video. So I make sure that you get the attention because I want to give everybody attention. So. But I appreciate all the comments and feedback I get from everybody. I really do. I really, really do. And you know what's crazy? We are, what are we at now? If there's anybody that's not subscribed to this channel that's in here, I really hope that you will. We are now 19,773. We're 227 subscribers away from 20,000. We're trying to hit the 20,000 milestone before the end of the year. So anybody in here that hasn't subbed, if you hit it, it's greatly appreciated. I thank you so much for it. So since we've been in here, we've gotten 7 or 8. So I thank you for it. I really, really do. I don't think so, Momo. I think we'll be fine with Aaron Boone. I think we'll be fine with Boone. My beard. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I gotta keep it clean. I gotta keep it relatively clean. Otherwise, my wife won't give me kisses, man. I can't do that. And I got my little baby girl here, so she's 1 year old. She's playing on the floor. Structure Soto. How would you like to see it? I think it's going to be straight up, Mark. I think it's going to be, let's just say it's 13 years, 650, 14. I think $50 million a year is probably the sweet spot for him. 14 years, 700. He got 13-year deal for Bryce Harper at 26. So I see at least a 13-year for Soto with it, and I would give him an opt out after 5 or 6 years. And if he opts out, then I would walk. So I'll take 5 or 6 prime years, and then if you walk away, you just save if he walks out away from the last 8 years or whatever, you just saved $400 million. So that's the way I look at it. And the same thing with Yamamoto. If he opts out after 5 or 6 years at 30 or 31, wants to go test the market, go right ahead. You just saved me $200 million, whatever it is, right? $100 million. So, no doubt, Mark. No doubt, dude. We still got Trevino. We got Rortvedt. We got a couple of Narvaez. We got quite a few. Higashioka, I wish him well in San Diego. He'll be missed. He was a pro. He was a pro here. Absolute pro. Ben Rice is another. He's one of their top catcher / first baseman prospects in the farm. He's a guy that could be considered as a replacement for Anthony Rizzo. Just like they were considering Cody Bellinger to take over at first base and again, he may not have a market, but I do think. I think the Mariners and the Blue Jays will offer a pretty good contract for him. So I do think so. But we'll see. If they send Soto, Spencer Jones, it really depends, honestly. Spencer Jones is another guy, but he's considered one of the most athletic prospects in the whole farm. So, and he's got wheels. So, and he's Judge's size too, 6'7". He's a big dude. So I think he'll either stay in the outfield or become first baseman. He's a good defensive player, so they definitely want to. And this is the other thing, they have so many position prospects in the infield and the outfield, and this is a good time to have all this depth, because they can use some of this depth to address trades. And you could see Cashman quietly replacing the pitchers that he gave up already. He's already brought 2 back with the trade yesterday with the Dodgers and the signing today. He's replenished 2, and the signing yesterday, the trade, he just replaced Juan Peralta on the cheap for 3 more controllable years with the Dodgers. So. And It's a smart move. I don't see Wandy coming back now. I think this kid will replace him on the cheap, but I still see them adding a frontline closer, like a power arm. But we'll see, right? So I think Momo, yeah. I mean, Soto Dominguez is not Soto. Let's just be real now, Momo. Dominguez excites me, but Soto could be a perfect mentor for Jason Dominguez. And if Dominguez turns into being another Soto, we have two guys like that, then I'll take it. They have a lot of the similar characteristics, plate discipline. Dominguez is a switch hitter. They have, high contact rates, low strikeout rates, high walk rates. So they're very, very similar in that regard. If we have two of those guys, especially if they bat 1-2, like if they lead off Dominguez, bat Soto second, oh my God. But Soto is a mile ahead of Dominguez right now. Mile ahead. But I hope Dominguez turns into being something close. I really, really do. Would love to have both of them. I really, really would. I would JC. So more expensive. Yeah, I mean, just the other thing, start is the revenue is like at an all-time high in Major League Baseball. I think they made like $11 billion last year in revenue, so or $11 billion in profit. So the contracts are going to keep going up. I mean, the last CBA, they raised contracts for pre-arb and arb. They needed to get higher minimums. So, but they're not going to put a salary cap on the top either because the union's never going to allow that. They're never going to allow that. But at the salary floor is something I would definitely encourage them to consider. And they've already talked about it, but we'll see if they actually do it. Salary floor. But right now, yeah, exactly. Dominguez is not Soto yet. But I hope he becomes another Soto. And we'll have two of them. I'll take it. Soto's young. Dominguez is young. So, they're in a good spot. They're in a good spot. So, yeah, Soto was very real, very humble, down to earth. And again, this is where he differs from Shohei Ohtani. Shohei Ohtani is much more laid back and low key. Perfect fit for LA, who's a more laid back market. New York is a zoo. So Soto's got this charisma, this energy, and he can connect with people differently. So he's a perfect fit for the Yankees, just like Ohtani's a perfect fit for the Dodgers. So it'll all work out well at the end. But I love it. 117 likes. All right, gang. I appreciate that. We're over 100. I thank you. And again, this is where I think. Oh, we gotta. RKH. Appreciate the super chat. Thank you. Well, something to say thanks for the frequent updates. Can't wait to see Soto light it up and hopefully stay. Hello from a New York fan. Welcome, St. Louis, New York fan. Thank you for the super chat, Ark. I appreciate it. Appreciate it. It's my pleasure to update you. I will continue to update you. Everybody in here. So, like I said, if there's anybody in here right now that's not sub to the channel, just hit that button. And hit the notification bell too. Just hit those two buttons, then you'll always be in the front of the line to get news as it comes in. Okay, and I thank you so much for that. I really do. I'm very dude. I'm very excited for the season. I've already called yesterday. My ticket got 2 days ago and asked for opening day seats. They've already jacked up the prices, so they're already much more expensive. That's expected. But could you imagine if Ohtani went to the Blue Jays and they played opening day? It'd be crazy. But he's with the Dodgers. The Dodgers are coming to Yankee Stadium in June, so they're still going to face him one way or the other. That's going to be a crazy series. Those tickets are going to be through the roof. Through the roof. But we'll see. Right? Grew up in Connecticut. And if you got that right, Connecticut's like right there, the borderline. They tend to lean more Yankee fan than Boston fan. So I welcome the Yankee fan. Connecticut, St. Louis connection. I love it. Man, you come over here, NFE. You come to the game, man. Please do. You let me know when you're thinking of coming. I'll see if I can get tickets too. So, Peraz, I think he might be out of options to even be. I could be wrong, but he might get moved. If they keep Torres, he might get moved in a trade. Him and Pereira, I could see being moved. So, and Chris, yeah, I mean, we talked about this too. Like Yankees sent Pereira, Cabrera, Florian, Warfetta, something like that. You get a bunch of bats this is where you move bats, superfluous bats, for arms. And Braxton Garrett, Edward Cabrera, and Jesus Luzardo. They're all on the block right now for the Marlins. And they're all young with a bunch of controllable years, at least 5 each. So you can move these guys. That Florial's got years of control. Warford's got years of control. Cabrera's got years of control. Pereira, years of control. So you send them like 20 to 25 years of control for one of those starting pitchers. I would take that. You'd be clearing up roster spots too. So if they send that many guys, honestly, Chris, I would try to get one of their relievers too, like AJ Puck or Andrew Nardi, to go with the Garrett. That's what I would try to do. And Diver, yeah. I mean, honestly, like to get. Yeah, I'm telling you, man. It's pricey, Diver JC. It really is pricey. So, but the key of this press conference is he opened the door to contract extension talks. Juan Soto, he made that clear. He left it open to that possibility. He opened the door for it. Now it's you got the green light. You got the grace period, permission. That's what matters. That makes me really happy, and I hope it makes you all happy too. So now I'll wrap this up in a second too. Let you guys go. But press conference here. Welcome Soto to New York. He's happy to be here. His teammates welcomed him with open arms, and he opened the door for an extensions with the Yankees. That's the critical part. That's key. So, yeah, I don't think Ohtani would have been a good fit here. Which is why I'm happy they passed on him. I was passing on him too. So, Soto's keeping 22, and the Yankees have reserved number 18 for Yamamoto just in case. The Mets are actually retiring number 18, so it won't even be available for him. And that's a number specifically reserved for Japanese aces. That's what the numbers that they use in Japan. They're ace in Japan. Okay, so the Mets are retiring it because for Darryl Strawberry, and they're retiring 16 too for Dwight Gooden. So critical stuff. Critical stuff. So I hope it matters enough. And I know he's meeting with the Red Sox. He's meeting with the Blue Jays, potentially the Phillies too. But we'll see. But I hope at the end of the day the Yankees wind up with Yamamoto. That would be a big get. Big get. Strikes would be freaking awesome, man, if we came as a group to Yankee Stadium. Oh God, yeah. Oh. Keep showing that Yankee pride, Stephen B. I get it, man. I totally get it, man. I know what it feels like. I mean, I came to a Red Sox Yankee game with my Yankee gear on in Fenway Park. I got abused. So I know the feeling, Stephen B. I know the feeling, baby. You're in Florida. See you getting the love, NFE. That's awesome. Take it to a Rays game. Look at that, man. That's awesome. I would be calling Scott Boras now too. I would be doing it, Brett. 100%. 100%. Hey, Miami's a fun town. Jupiter, all right. Jupiter. I remember I went down to the Bucky Dent baseball combine, scouting combine, and I think it was in Delray Beach a bunch of years ago. And baseball scouting combine with Diver JC. I can't envision Yamamoto in orange and blue either, Arco. I can't. I'm with you 100%. Can't do it. And again, what's Cohen's sales pitch going to be? Well, in 3 or 4 years, we'll be World Series eligible. But we got to build up our farm. Like, that's not really a great sales pitch. He's in an unfortunate spot right now. The Yankees can say, "You come here, we're a World Series quality team immediately when you come here." So with the guys we brought in and you, and we're going to add a closer. Forget about it. Forget about it. No. I hope so, Harrison. I hope you're right, man. I really do. At the very least, I think they'll get to the World Series. I think they'll be good enough to beat the Texas Rangers. I do. Yes, indeed. Boston rejected Highlanders and moved to exactly Stephen B. And they traded Babe Ruth to us to fund a Broadway show. They traded Babe Ruth to the Yankees for $100,000 to fund a show, a play or whatever it's musical. I'm telling you. We get the likes. Chris Smith, I thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you. And keep. What do you thought for? I personally don't think they're gonna keep him because there's so much depth in the infield. They got the kid they just brought from the Dodgers. He's already in AAA, so they've got so many infield prospects close that the depth I can't see them. But if they want to go all out to try to win the World Series this year, I could see them keeping him and Verdugo, and they can give them both qualifying offers. If they play well, they reject them and move on. The Yankees have 4 draft picks and the international money if they do that. So I see Gleyber Torres walking one way or the other if they don't trade him. I can't see them giving a big day. This doesn't make any sense to. They have all this infield depth. Can't see it. All right. Yanks. Oh God, sorry, Mark Watson. I get abused by Red Sox fans. I get abused by Phillies fans too. So my wife's a Phillies fan, Arco, and I took my wife and my mom to the Game 6 of the World Series against the Phillies in 2009 when they won the World Series. Yankees and Yankee Stadium. We sat in the bleachers, and two guys almost, started a fight with my wife and my mom, and I had to step in and stop that. So that was when we had some a-hole Yankee fans in the bleachers. So they're not all great fans. There are some sour grapes too. So Nugget, my daughter. But I'm telling you, we'll have enough to beat Houston. Felipe, we'll have enough to beat Houston. But I feel good about 28-2 Ollie. Ian Tricks, thank you so much for the super chat, man. I appreciate you. Born and raised in the Bronx. Shout out to the BX, the Boogie Down. Then Long Island, that's Mets territory for the most part. Then Miami, now Dallas, diehard Yankees fan. Go to a few games back in New York and here. You were there for 62. I envy you, man. That's awesome. But love that you're a Yankee fan. Thank you again for the super chat. Appreciate you. But let me wrap this up, gang. That's what happened in the press conference. Shout out to all of you. Hit the like button on the way out if you don't mind. If you haven't subbed yet, be sure to sub. It's greatly appreciated. But yeah, I mean, it's Miami's a little bit of paradise, but so is Yankee Stadium. So the weather might not be hot all year round, but baseball is. That's all that matters. But peace and love to all of you. I appreciate you all coming on. Have a great day. If anything else comes out, you'll get it today, tomorrow, the next day, all the time. Peace.